Hi guys, this is David John from the Party Studios, and now here with another Photoshop tutorial, CS5, and now I'm talking about the basic features of Photoshop, the basic tools. Is this column in the left side of the screen, and I'm going to use this picture of Lost, the show that I was very fond of, and now it's gone, and I'm doing this tutorial of this picture because I really like this series. And let's start, beginning with the move tool. The move tool is the basic tool for moving things, all images and objects that you have on the screen. You select it and you select the image, and you can change its sides and flip up and down and everything. And if you have this show transform controls marked, you can shrink the image or enlarge the image, do whatever you want with the image. It's like a free transform control. Okay, next is the marquee tool. Doesn't matter which one you get, the only difference is the form that will come the marquee, and you can mark anything you want. Now I'm getting Jack, and he is marked. And what does it does? It all the effects that we use, or paint, or anything that we want to do inside this marquee won't affect the outside of the picture. So if we get here the brush tool and we brush inside with the blue, nothing get out of the place that is marked. So it's a very useful tool for that. Next one is the lasso tool. I will only cover the lasso tool here. The other lasso we'll see far ahead in our tutorials. And the lasso tool is a free selection tool. We got here Lapidus, and we select him, and done. It selects the same way that the rectangular marquee tool is done. If the same effect. If we want paint inside, you can paint it any way you want, and we will only paint inside the selection. Okay. Next one is the quick selection tool and the magic wand tool. The magic wand tool grabs the colors. That's what it does. It search for colors and mark them. So we put here, and it will find all the colors that seems like the color that you clicked on. Here is the tolerance. The higher the tolerance, the more color it will get. If we put here 50, it will get 50 colors above the color you select, and 60 tones down the tone you select. So it's a very useful tool when we have the same color when we want to select. The other one is the quick selection tool, and simply is select everything you touch. So you go covering and it will select everything. If you want to take off, we get the quick selection with the minus signal, and deselect anything you don't want on the image. Okay. The crop tool is basically it crops the image. You get on the corner of the image, or on the top or bottom, the sides, and you crop the image the way you like it. Nothing different than that. Now the eyedropper tool. The eyedropper tool finds the color, right? You want to something look like this sky, and you select it, and your color palette go to that color. And here in this case it's point sample, so I'm getting the exact color that I'm clicking on. If I choose the other option, 3x3, 5x5, 50x50, it will get it will do an average. If you get 101 by 101, you get an average of the pixels around it, and it will give you a color based on that. Okay, here now are the healing brushes. The healing brushes are really good tools, but I will not pass them on this tutorial because we'll see them far ahead when we are dealing with skin tones and skin blemishes. So we'll do it far from now. Now the brush tool and the pencil tool. The brush tool is basically it's a brush, we paint, we select a color, any color is good, like blue, and we paint with the color. The pencil, same thing, just is a thinner brush, nothing special there. Now I have the clone stamp tool. The clone stamp tool is one of the most useful tool on Photoshop. What the clone stamp tool does, it copies the place you mark and go over whenever you want. So if I get here the floor, to use this tool we have to press Alt and click on the place, so I get this pattern now. So when I go here in this bush, I pass over it with the pattern that was below, and it's getting pretty decent because the clone stamp tool goes with you see that's like a tiny cross on the bottom. That's where the clone tool is getting its pattern now, here. And now we have the history brush tool. It's a great tool too. It's a tool that does like a repair tool, because it gets back when it was before. Like now I use the clone brush here, I will pass the history brush and everything go back to normal, and it can be done anywhere on the screen. It's very useful tool for a non-destructive way of working. Here's the eraser tool, just as that, the eraser will pass and it will erase. The paint bucket tool and the gradient tool, it will not work very well because it's a picture, but I guess here, let's see, it's like the paint bucket on the paint brush, does the same thing, fills the place. The gradient tool is kind of different, we'll see far from here now. Now I have the blur and sharpen tool. The blur tool is like that, it blurs things. Look, Richard's face, Said's and Kate, they are all blurry. And if you get the sharpen tool, it's the opposite, it's sharpening images like that. We can use it. Okay, and I pass the sharpen tool, and here we go the dodge tool and the burn tool. The dodge tool enliven things. Now give some light to the image when you want it. We can adjust some things, but it's basically it. The burn tool darken things, just as that. It burn things. The pen tool, it's a really complex tool, and I will make a tutorial only to explain that. Here we have the text tool. It do a text and size you want. Not much of a mystery here. It's just like any other software. We got the path selection tool, not very interesting now. We have the rectangle tool and the round rectangle tool, the ellipse tool, the polygon tool. It's like that. We do polygonal shapes. And this is not interesting right now. We have the zoom tool. You can zoom in and you can zoom out. And it's basically it. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Please subscribe if you want. Thank you.